Hey Toby, man,
Yep.
I don't think I can get you a job. I'm not sure why.
Yeah. So Amadeus Group.
Yes.
So for those of you that are interested in a job, or looking for new opportunities,
Some support. Yeah. So we're a people and talent consultancy is probably the best way to describe it. Some people sit there and say, well, yeah, that's recruitment, and yeah, look, recruitment is a part of what we do, and we recruit at different levels. So Luke Marshall, who is one of the founders, along with Rod Butters, who's the other founder.
Yep.
Luke's got a really strong track record in mid to senior executive search.
Yep.
And right now he's working a couple of really senior briefs, CEO, GM of supply chain, and a couple of others at that kind of level. So he kind of looks after that part, and we do a lot of really good stuff there. And then Rod, who's upstairs right now, he runs, I guess, our IT project delivery piece. So work with a lot of management consultants who win a lot of major projects, but then need arms and legs to kind of go and deliver on those. So Rod's team goes and finds those people. We're doing a lot of work in the defence space at the moment around that. And then I look after what I guess is best defined as projects and outsourcing. So that's a couple of different things. So any organisation that is looking to hire a large volume of people and need to do it in a relatively short space of time, we support with that. But we've also been engaged and outsourced to provide an outsourced solution for a bunch of businesses. So it's called RPO, or Recruitment Process Outsourcing. So we're doing a bunch of that at the moment. And then what's linked with that is we're doing a lot of talent consulting, helping businesses try and think about, well, what are they doing with their talent strategy? Not just attracting, but then onboarding, and then actually getting the best out of them. Because A, it's topical, B, people are the most important thing that any organisation has, and C, there's not a lot of businesses that actually know how to do it because they don't have time.
Sure.
There's lots of things going on in that, and all organisations are really lean right now, so it's challenging. But yeah, so we're having a lot of fun. It's good.
It's very cool. And so you mentioned you're diving deep on strategy. I guess that's even like a bigger step back from, hey, before we go and fill you up, what's it look like?
Yeah, exactly.
From an organization's, I guess, corporate structure? Yeah,
it's structure. It's also, most organisations these days have got values. They have an idea of who we are or who we'd like to be as a business. And then it's about, okay, well, if these are our values, then how do we actually take that message to the market to then get the right kind of people to then be interested in coming to work for us? So we look at things like, what are they doing with their job adverts? But not only that, what are they doing with their messaging out into the market outside of that? So yeah, adverts are one, but you've got social. You've then got what your people are saying in an interview. You've also got what your people are saying to their family and friends, and how they're articulating all those things. So we sit there and talk about, okay, well then how do we make sure that what your values, what you say on the wall, and your values out there are actually replicated and delivered in the right way? And then we talk about, well, what are the different funnels to be able to get the right people to come in, sourcing strategies, and the like, but then also how you actually develop your people internally. So yeah, there's a huge audit process that we would go through before we do any kind of recruitment, but deliver on any project.
Sure.
And then generally we then are able to kind of find them talent that sticks.
Are you seeing, so the startup sector, just to digress, and this is all off cuff, so we may end up with egg on our face here, but the startup sector is becoming very frothy right now. A lot of companies closing a lot of. Are you seeing interest from that sort of sector, or are you sort of seeing it from the corporate sector mainly?
No, we're getting both. We're getting both. I think any organisation that is running really fast and is lean, that they need help. So we're doing a bit of work with a bunch of startups. So and some of those are at embryonic stage, and some of them more established. So there's one in particular that still call themselves a startup, but are 4 years in and have had a heap of investment, but have got no system or structural process to how they go about recruitment. And then there's a bunch of others that we're also working with who are probably inside the first 2 years. Same sort of thing, grown really rapidly, and have kind of delivered out a really interesting product or service to their customers, but are now sitting there going, well, we now need to go to the next level, and we don't know how to do that.
Sure.
And the next level isn't necessarily about how they evolve their service, maybe, but it's as much about the type of people that can help get them there. Because you know this as an entrepreneur, there's a group of people that you have that take you from A to B, but they're not necessarily the people that can take you from B to C.
Correct.
Yeah. So that's the interesting bit for us.
We've seen, well, historically, I've coached and mentored a bunch of entrepreneurs and organizations. We've seen the founders get it up off the ground, and then the businesses basically elevated way beyond their skill set and has left them in the dirt.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've seen people resign or I'm going to go sit on the board, and it's kind of like a goodwill gesture to achieve something like that. I'm curious to know, and maybe this isn't happening in your world, but I'm seeing a lot of like large corporates come to me and say, hey, we want to be startup-esque. Yeah. We want to be at the sort of like courtside to all the action and activity. Yeah. Are you seeing, from a recruitment perspective, these large organizations go, hey, we want to get talent that know how to build stuff from the street?
It's more nimble.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think if you think about, I know we didn't want to name drop, but a really big example of where an organization is trying to think like a startup. If you think about this process, ANZ have been going through this process of changing to an agile workforce, and they've gone and made a bunch of people in their organization redefine what their role's all about, and then relook at whether they can shape that slightly differently. So that's one of the biggest businesses in Australia that's thinking like that, and that's pretty much every organisation at the moment, because you only need to read the paper to see an organisation that's shutting down because they haven't evolved quickly enough. So we're definitely getting that, and that's whether an organisation is service orientated, retail orientated, food. We're doing a lot of work in the food space at the moment, and that's definitely happening there as well, where organisations who have got multiple venues in their group, they want to know what the cool hip cafe are doing and what they're doing to drive people to their sites, and that's all about social, but it's also about the ambience they're creating in the venue, all that kind of stuff. So absolutely.
I absolutely see it, and Jeff Bezos, one of the the richest guy in the world now, he is now, at Amazon. He makes a claim that Amazon didn't happen to the book and store businesses, right? The bookstores. Amazon didn't kill those businesses. The internet, the trend, the times changed. Amazon saw that, capitalized on that opportunity.
Absolutely.
And so all of these larger companies, there's a printing business who is literally in this building on the top floor. They haven't made it in today. They've closed their shop because, not their shop, but they've closed their organization because who's printing that? So I'm curious to know, I'm seeing it on I'm on the street, right? I'm in touch with the street. And so I'm seeing at the street level, these large organizations are making a real effort to sort of be at, I guess, the mouth of the river of change. And those that don't,
they're falling. Yeah, absolutely. Well, Esprit just pulled out of Australia again because they didn't evolve and they didn't change. And it's crazy. And it's funny, like someone tagged me in a post on LinkedIn this weekend about how Nike's CEO has come out and apologised to all their staff because they weren't inclusive, and all these different things that are happening within organisations at the moment. So I think there's never been more visibility about what an organisation is doing and how they're doing it, and you never get more real time feedback like we do right now. So if you're not evolving and if you're not thinking about not just what's going on right now, but what's likely to happen down the line, then you're going to disappear. You're going to disappear pretty quick. So it's definitely topical in our industry.
It's very, very interesting. It's very interesting in hearing from your perspective.
Thank you.
As someone that's dealing with these large organizations and the talent. I see it. I'm connected to large organizations. I'm connected to the universities who are starting to penetrate this world as well.
That's right.
Like the agile. Like one of the universities who we have a deep relationship with. Has basically said, we are now shifting our courses to talk about the future of work.
The future of work,
And the future of work is not in a large organization, maybe in a large organization, but it's not in your sort of 9 to 5. This is my desk. This is my corner office. It's sort of like you're in your.
It can be anywhere. It can be anywhere, and that's the thing. We're all connected now. The future of work is actually now.
Yeah.
So anyone that's thinking about future of work 3 years down the line will know it's now. So, and that's evolving. It's interesting. I was having this discussion with a client last week about values. We were talking about values before.
Yep.
And your values, what the values mean to you, is going to be different to what it means to me.
Sure.
So, and then it's going to be different to that graduate that's coming out this year. So it's about how you make that really fluid.
Yep.
So that it suits any type of individual that can come in and make a difference in your business.
No matter their lens, right?
No,
we talk about lenses all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I see stuff indifferently to you, yet the sort of like we should have a common thread.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we're all going to push towards a similar goal, but the way we get there is going to be slightly different, and that's okay.
Amazing.
So yeah, but not a lot of organisations are shifting.
Very cool. I'm going to link all details below. I'll put your LinkedIn there so if people want to reach you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Good one.
All right.
Really appreciate that.
We'll connect again soon.
Thanks, guys.